Residents of Goose Bay, just south of Kaikoura, might not be allowed back in their homes for 10 days after they were ordered to evacuate this afternoon. The evacuation was prompted by the risk of a creek breaching above the settlement. Now, what's happened here is that debris has fallen into the creek, created a makeshift dam, a temporary dam that may burst at any stage. Really conflicting reports about the extent of the risk. Our reporter Ian Telfer is in Kaikoura and is joining us now via live view on what looks like an absolutely beautiful evening. Ian, what can you tell us about what's happening in Goose Bay?
Yes, John, it is a beautiful evening, isn't it? And yet Kaikoura itself is a bit like a war zone. But down at Goose Bay, we've really got the sharp end now, don't we? We've got the impact of that dam you were talking about and a possible collapse, and Civil Defence suddenly deciding they needed to evacuate 35 houses, including some holiday houses, and they needed to get them out right away. So they've given them 2 hours. They called a meeting at 2:30 this afternoon, called all the residents in and said, you've got 2 hours to evacuate. They need to choose whether they're going to come here to Kaikoura or they need to go south by road and get themselves out with friends or with family and go somewhere else for, as you said, up to 10 days. So an extraordinary development, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and really conflicting points of view about the risk. We spoke to Paul Keong, who's a farm owner there, who says it's not nearly as bad as Civil Defence say. Civil Defence, of course, say, you know, we have to err on the side of caution. You can absolutely understand that. Can you describe what it's like in Kaikoura? Because for people who are listening, Ian is having to squint. The sun is so bright. It is blue in the most magnificent way. The water looks calm. And in fact, it looks like a wonderful place to be. We can hear helicopters. What's going on in the town at the moment?
You're quite right, John. It is, in its own way, a paradise, isn't it? People come here for that reason. And the dolphins are out there, the whales are out there, and yet the town itself, so many of the buildings are damaged or need to be closed, but mainly the water and the infrastructure, the sewerage is out. And all of those kinds of things are the things that are hampering life here. We can't have showers, we've got portaloos in the main street, we've got all the basics have fallen apart because of that quake 9 days ago. And people are just trying to work out how to live. At Goose Bay, I guess they're now discovering what the impact is, even 9 days later.
Our reporter Ian Telfer live from Kaikoura. Beautiful evening there.